Bobby Joe Ellis.
Yes, sir.
It's about time we come out here again. We haven't seen you in a while.
Been a while, hasn't it?
Beautiful fall garden you've got going here.
Well, thank you.
You know, most people, not most people, but your casual gardener thinks that in the spring you start your garden and about now you're done.
No,
Not Bobby Joe.
no.
When do you start thinking about planting your fall garden?
Fall garden, I'll usually put it about the second week in August.
Second week in August. Now, what are you going to plant?
Broccoli, cauliflower, and cabbage.
Now, I'm looking right here at some of the prettiest broccoli that I have seen in a long time. Beautiful cabbage, and they're not bitten up like the spring cabbages.
Now, that's the reason I put out the stuff in the late fall,
Now-
where it's maybe eat up.
Again, we're going to refer now to a segment that we did not long ago, the old-fashioned way to store your cabbage. You'll dig a hole right here. That was interesting in itself. If you want to refer back to that, that's how you store it for winter. But this over here, cauliflower coming on, you still got a few tomatoes too.
Yeah, that's still got tomatoes. And the cauliflower hadn't started producing yet. It's about 2 weeks behind the others.
You introduced me to the poodoo bucket.
Okay.
and we've got alpaca and we've got sheep. And you talk about taking that manure,
Yeah.
put it in your rain bucket, and you get a pretty potent mixture of poodoo.
After about 7 days, you can start using it.
Now
The
you
water will.
have been using chicken.
Right.
I bet that smells good in the hot summertime.
No. That
Well,
doesn't.
run Lois out of here.
And I may go back to the cow or something else after this year.
Just a little ripe is what you're
Yeah,
saying?
right. Yeah.
But you say about every 3 weeks you'll come over here and pour some of that around the base.
Yeah, so around the base of it. Yeah.
So instead of 10-10-10, use chicken.
Right.
I like where you're going with that.
It's cheaper.
It's cheaper.
Yeah.
It may not smell as good. You may want it downwind excuse me,
No wind.
not downwind from your house. But beautiful broccoli, beautiful cabbage, beautiful. Looks like you might have some greens over there too.
Yeah, and the greens on the other end of this.
Uh-huh.
We have froze a lot of greens in the last 2 or 3 days.
Well, I tell you what, let's go inside and see what Lois is doing.
Okay, let's go.
Bobby and I were wandering around a garden, and he was showing me his greens. And so this is like the bonus part of today's. This is like the extra. These are greens,
Right.
and they're ready to go. This is like a serving enough for what, 4 people?
Yes.
Tell me how you do that.
Well, when we bring in lots of them to freeze, we wash them to begin with.
Get your critters off.
All right, get the critters off.
Now you know they boil down to nothing. So he just keeps adding it and adding it and adding it until he gets a full container. Then you boil it down for a couple hours.
And then we boil them for a couple of hours until they're good and tender. And then, of course, they have to cool. And then we bring them back in and drain them completely.
Put it in quart containers. And you got that right there.
That's right.
And you said a little canola oil and salt and you're good to go.
A little canola oil and salt is what I put in them. And
You know what
we
I'm
don't
doing.
ever have any to throw away. What do you put in them?
Bacon grease and onions and then a little more bacon grease.
Well, I may have to try that someday.
Just a little bit.
I'm sure that's what my mother and my grandmother did.
Oh, yeah,
but
Lord.
I have a cardiac patient
Yeah,
husband,
yeah.
and they taught me how to cook with canola oil, and that's what I've done since '89.
You do what they tell you to do.
That's right.